Hey, welcome back to the show. I'm sure most of you are aware, but Neural DSP have just brought out a massive update for the Quad Cortex. There's so many different features and functions that they've just brought out, but the main thing that I care about is they've managed to integrate some of their desktop plugins like Archetype Gojira, Archetype Plenty, and they've put them into the Quad Cortex, and it's just seamlessly done. It's really cool. It means that all those plugins that you've got on your DAW, you can actually use them in a live setting, use them with Quad Cortex, integrate them with the gear and the pedals, everything that you've already got. I just think it's so cool. But I thought today we'll just check that out, just see how it's been implemented into the Quad Cortex comparing to the actual plugin. And as well, I've been doing loads of background work with the Quad Cortex, just loading in all my different amps, loading in totally different sounds, all the different settings, just trying to get really clean, clear amps just to share with you all. And on top of all that, I get to show off the brand new Dean Vengeance V. This is in the charcoal burst. I'll do a full review on this next time, but for now, it's just such a cool guitar. It's very similar to the Zero that I did the other week with the Fishman Fluence pickups. This one has the Floyd 1000, but it is just such a cool guitar. It just sounds so cool. I should be using the Charvel Gojira for today, but this guitar is an absolute monster. But anyway, we'll just check out the integration, see how they've worked it in with the Archetype Gojira plugin. So essentially what you've got with the Quad Cortex, when you go to your presets, you can now go into plugin presets and you can open up, I've got Archetype Gojira, into Gojira, and then it goes into all the same presets that you've got in the app. When you open up the app here and you've got all the different, like the Gojira presets, exactly the same ones come through. So essentially everything's exactly the same layout as what you get on the desktop feature. You've got the noise gate there. You can go through them all, the transpose feature, the Digitech whammy. You've got the Gojira Octava, all the different effects and everything that plays out exactly the same amp that they're using. And if we just go to the window, just so you can see it a little bit better, all those same features are on here with the input, the gate, the transpose, the whammy. You've got the different pedals, the different ODs in the front, exactly the same as what we've got here. It's pretty simple layout. You can easily just adapt and see how things are. You get to the EQ. The EQ's even set the same as this. Like, it's pretty cool. And on top of that, it sounds identical. I can't pick it as far as any of the sound goes. You get these same delay and reverbs with exactly the same controls and the same positions and things. If we just turn that on, just so you can see the mix and the tone and the layout, it's all just there on both windows. Like, the whole thing reacts exactly the same. And it's just so cool that you've got it on the Quad Cortex. You're able to use it live with your actual guitar amps. You can integrate it all in the effects loop. You can run like so many different options and so many things that you can actually do with this. And you're not just restricted to using those features and plugins and everything that comes with the Archetype Gojira. They're not just for using with the platform. You can go ahead and use them with your standard presets and use the Gojira ODs or use the Gojira whammy with your own presets for any other day use. It's just really cool and works fairly seamlessly. I'm not much of a gear nerd when it comes to things like the Quad Cortex. There's just so many features and so many functions that it can do. I saw a video the other day with Rabea and he was just working it in with his guitar amps, and like my head was blown at the possibilities, what you can actually do with this. But for me, I just use it extremely basically, but the tones are fantastic. And like, for instance, if I don't like this specific reverb that's on here with the Gojira plugin, we can just go down to reverbs here and just bring in whatever reverb I really enjoy using. But I'm just really enjoying the Quad Cortex. I'm loving the simplicity of it. I'm loving just being able to capture all the amps in the room, just save presets, just everything that we've done on the show. I can just pretty much get into this Quad Cortex and it's really cool, but the sounds are killer. Everything about it's really cool, but I actually prefer the plugins on the Quad Cortex over the PC. I like being able to just hit the button and just patch in effects and change effects. I just think that this whole interface right here, it actually works better than the PC for me. But It's just such an epic sound. It's just so fun to play around with this. I will just switch quickly to the Gojira guitar though. I just want to show you something. Oh, and that's another thing. I'm getting to test out these cool new Pighog cables. They're just awesome, and it's like a 6-sided cable that's just like for easy tangle-free coiling and everything. But what's really cool is when the guitar is unplugged, this is live straight into the Quad Cortex. It should be making all sorts of noises, but I plug it into the guitar. And there it is again, there's nothing. It just goes silent as soon as you disconnect your guitar. So far, I've only been using these cables a little while, but they're absolutely amazing. I've got a few of the microphone cables too, and I was amazed when I was doing some audio captures with the Quad Cortex to my amps, even through the brand new Head First mod that I had done the other day. That's got so much gain. Through my old microphone cables, I was getting a whole lot of ground noise and different noises and things. These are dead silent. You get really clean, clear captures. I'm so stoked with them, but I just thought I'd let you all know that so far. I'll be using them from now on. They're just so cool. But I thought I'd just show you the preset I've made on the Quad Cortex for the Shooting Star. This just sounds so cool on this guitar. That's such a cool tone. It's just so fun to play away with that song. But that preset and many more I've got in the Neural DSP tone cloud there. But what's really cool and I wanted to share with everyone is just amp captures that I've been taking of all my different guitar amps in here. Anything that's slightly unique or just really raw captures, especially like the Head First, the SV20, as Jace calls it, the Lamb Chopper mod. I think it's just such a cool amp as well. And I've captured that in loads of different ways, with cabs, with IRs, without just a raw guitar amp. And it's all there under Lamb Chopper, and just please check it all out. Just see what you think. There's just so many different things. I got loads of captures as well with the Marshall Valve State, the 8100, all dialed in variations of Chuck Schuldner's tone, just changing like the EQ slightly with the mid control and the contour, and just got loads of different captures there. So it's really worth just checking out and just seeing what's there. But I haven't spent so much time creating presets, as everyone just uses the Quad Cortex different and just likes to just set up their presets so differently. I'm more about just trying to capture the amps in a really raw state and just capturing it for what it is. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, just checking out the Quad Cortex, seeing how it works with Archetype plugins that they've released. I just think it's so cool. There's so much to do with the Quad Cortex, just running it different ways with your own guitar amps, using it in live scenarios, just getting some super cool tones. But all that being said, guys, I hope you take care, and I'll be back next time with a full review of the Dean Vengeance. It's absolute monster. But I'll see you later. Bye bye.